to be here and to be standing in front of you. Usually, I'm very elated to be in front of you in the midst of my sorority sisters and the faculty and the dean of this university. However, we all know of the tragedy that recently happened of one of my sorority sisters, Jane Doe. And if you all read the news and are close to her, you know that she died at a party that was off campus due to alcohol poisoning. And it brings me great sorrow to announce that I lost one of my sorority sisters, and her family lost a great person to them, someone who they love dearly. Now, this outbreak and this crisis have now become bigger than you and I. It has become something greater than just one. Each year, 1,800 students lose their lives because of binge drinking, alcohol poisoning. And each university should be held accountable. Yes, we are accountable for our own actions, and we need to have responsibility of the choices that we make. However, as I retorted before, this is now bigger than you and I. 1,800 students each year are losing their lives because of binge drinking. And the study shows that 6 out of 10 students who have become prone to binge drinking are depressed. And depression is a disease that we feel that we could drown out through drinking. Binge drinking isn't something that happens overnight and something that we just acquire a taste from. Binge drinking allows those who are depressed to drown their sorrows and drown their pain and drown their fear. But I come here to tell you that after you're finished drinking and after the overdose wear off and after the drugs are out of your system, that the pain, the problems are still prevalent. We need to deal with whatever we're dealing with a different way. We need to find different coping mechanisms, and we need to be held accountable for one another. Yes, we live our lives for us. And I recommend that we live prudent lives, smart choices, smart actions. But sometimes we live lives for other people. And sometimes this life becomes bigger than you and bigger than I. That as a sorority sister or a fraternity brother, that we must take responsibility for our sisters and our brothers and our loved ones. And yes, they may be mad that we told so that they can get help, or we told somebody so that they may be into a program. But would you take a risk of that family losing a lives? Or losing a life like Jane Doe lost her life? Is it really that shallow to you? And today I wear this blue band and this blue shirt in remembrance of Jane Doe, in remembrance of her legacy, for her life to live on beyond what she lived, to educate those who are binge drinking and drinking their sorrows away. I'm here to let you know that there are other ways, and I'm here to stand firm, arm in arm with you, that we can make it through whatever we're going through. Because like I said before, binge drinking doesn't happen overnight. And I'm looking for ways to incorporate ways that we can leave these sorrows. For goodness sakes, we're in college. We're in college to change the world and to become a better place, better people for this world. And then we become depressed. We become sorrowed, and we are infuriated by the things that happen. And so we allow pain to overcome and overtake us. So we drink our sorrows away. I'm not only speaking to you today as the president of sorority AAAC, but I'm speaking to you as a sister of Jane Doe, and as a friend who lost a friend, as a sister who lost her sister because of alcohol poisoning. Jane Doe, those who know her, knew her, would know that she was suffering. She was suffering from anxiety, and she paid her way through school, and it just became too much for her. But now I'm taking a stance. Now I'm taking a stance for those who are out there, who are depressed, who just drinks to drink, who drinks for a better feeling or a better high. I'm asking that we incorporate clubs for those people. I'm asking that we allow more psychologists on the campus, not just one to a body of 18,000 and 34,000 and 68,000 students on one campus to one psychologist. We need to implement at least 10 psychologists so that we as students can have somebody to talk to. We need to implement more nightclubs as social gatherings, such as those that prohibit alcohol, but we welcome fun, good, clean fun. I'm asking that we implement clubs, such as social clubs, so that those people can come and feel a sense of belonging, a sense that they do matter. Because you matter to the world. I matter to the world. And you're great. Your purpose is farther than drinking and binge drinking. As I just begin to look up some of the effects that binge drinking have on some of the lives of those who lost their lives. You can choke on your own vomit and die. You can have seizures. And if you are granted the life after that alcohol poison, you become incompetent. Today, I'm taking a stance and I'm asking you, as the president of sorority AAAC, to live this life for more than you, to live it for someone else. And if you know someone who have a problem with drinking, please don't be afraid to tell. You can call the Alcohol Anonymous. You can remain anonymous, but you can also save a life. If you sit back and allow this precarious, deleterious situation to happen to one of your friends or loved ones, you risk at losing a life that you care about. Today I'm here. I put the title of a president of the sorority aside. And I'm here as a human being, mourning the loss of Jane Doe, mourning a loss of someone who was dear to my heart. I'm asking you to take in heed what I'm saying today. The number of lives that are being lost towards binge drinking in college have proliferated each year after each year. Would you risk silence for a life? Would you risk silence for a life? And an honorable mention of Jane Doe. I'm starting a charity, a foundation, to just educate those who don't know, to just educate those who don't want to know the precarious situations that drinking leads to. That if you need help, if you're depressed, if you're in pain or agony or sorrow, that drinking would not relieve your pain, but help will. And I come to you today as a human being, mourning the loss of a friend and a sister, asking you to touch one, to reach one, so that ultimately we can save one. No life deserves to die that way. And as a nation, as a community, as a sorority, a fraternity, as the deans, as faculty, as parents, as siblings, as cousins, whoever you are, as neighbors, we can, we will, and we shall save the lives of those who are binge drinking. We would diminish the rate of those college students because this is bigger than us. This is bigger than you. This is bigger than I. And as a community, we can and we will. I am Corteria Reed, the president of Sorority AAAC. And as I leave today, I want you to embark on this, that we together will make it through. Jane Doe, we love you.